got to deal with the athlete that's in front of you. So a couple of things here that I always look at, very important, is probably more applicable in the private space when you're in a one-on-one or a small semi-private group versus a big team. The other thing too is probably athletes that are a bit older will have more bandwidth on this versus say a younger athlete that's just starting out. I'm not going to ask a kid who's 11 to say what's your preferences and they say running around with their shirt off and I'm going to let them do that, right? That's probably not the best thing, but an older athlete, not saying that's something that they want to do, I might give them a little bit more bandwidth and wiggle room around that. So starting off here, what are the athlete's preferences? What do they actually like doing? Do they actually enjoy running? If they don't enjoy running, right, can we sneak it in the gym somehow, which is hopefully what we're going to touch on here. If they don't enjoy the gym, how can we seek some strength and conditioning program in their running and vice versa, okay? 2, what's worked well in the past? They kind of synchronize into each other, but one of the best successes is the clues that's been left from the past. So candid conversation, whether that be with their previous coach or with the athlete themselves, hey, what actually worked well with you in the past? What didn't work well with you is also the question on the other side of it as well. Gives you a better framework to work with because they're hopefully going to give you the answers that you're going to find out in 3 or 4 weeks. So if you can fast track that, ideally you're going to get better results in a shorter period of time, which is a win-win for everyone. 3, what's the athlete's training levels? Now again, if you've got a novice athlete, there's no point in worrying about all those high level drills that Brendo went through there if they literally cannot switch. So it's also about understanding who is the person in front of you, what's their level, not jumping too far ahead, or on the inverse, if they are a high level athlete, not spending too much time on the basics. Probably a very important one as well, depending on what environment you're in, whether you are in the gym, on the field, different fields also are different again, different gyms are different again, but what does your actual environment allow you to do? You can have this beautiful program, but if you can't do it clearly, succinctly, you have to bounce around the gym and it ruins the flow, probably not the best program at the end of the day. Whatever works in your environment is going to be the best program for that particular athlete, but also for you as a coach. And then the last one here, which is a little bonus one, which Brendo stole from me before in his prezzo there before, but what's the language, what language am I going to use? Is it going to be similar or closer to similar than different to what I'm going to say in the field or what the coach is going to say in the field? So Brendo obviously gave some great examples there before around reactivity, switching and things like that. So if I'm RDLing in the gym example, which is very different to what max velocity positions look like, different speeds, different contractions, all the above. But if I'm doing an RDL and my cue is bum before back and the athlete understands that that gives me hip extension and I'm out in the field and we're working through maybe hip positioning drills and I say, remember bum before back like we do RDL in the gym, there's a clear correlation between the two. That is probably the most overlooked, undermissed and undercommunicated part of where this all fits in. Yeah. Most athletes don't really care, but if you can make them care a little bit more, then that's really, really good. Making them care more is simply by making it easy for them to understand. Yeah. The higher level the athlete, typically the bigger kid they are, make it simple, make it really basic for them to understand. And at the end of the day, they're always a human first.